London in the 1600s was a city caught between two worlds. It was no longer fully medieval, yet not quite modern. Loud, crowded, ambitious, and dangerous, London was a place where opportunity and hardship existed side by side. By the early 17th century, the city had grown into one of the largest urban centers in Europe, with a population exceeding 200,000 people. Throughout the century, this number continued to rise as workers, merchants, sailors, and dreamers poured in from across England and beyond. At the heart of London flowed the River Thames, the city's most important lifeline. From sunrise to sunset, the river was filled with motion. Merchant ships arrived daily, carrying goods from Europe, Africa, Asia, and the Americas. Spices, sugar, tobacco, silks, wine, timber, and wool were unloaded onto wooden docks. Smaller boats ferried people across the river, while fishermen hauled in nets heavy with their daily catch. The Thames was crowded, noisy, and alive, symbolizing London's growing role as a global trading hub. Moving away from the riverbanks, London's streets became narrow and winding. Most buildings were timber-framed, with upper stories leaning dangerously over the roads below. Houses were packed tightly together, blocking sunlight and trapping smoke between walls. Chimneys constantly released thick clouds into the air, mixing with the smells of cooking fires, animals, waste, and stagnant water. Open drains ran along the streets, and clean drinking water was difficult to obtain. Disease thrived in these conditions, making daily life uncertain and fragile. Markets formed the beating heart of the city. Entire streets were filled with stalls selling bread, vegetables, meat, fish, cloth, and imported goods. Merchants shouted loudly to attract customers, while buyers argued fiercely over prices. Coins passed quickly from hand to hand, and information traveled just as fast as trade. News, gossip, political rumors, and warnings of plague spread through these crowded spaces, shaping public opinion long before newspapers became common. Work dominated the lives of most Londoners. Blacksmiths hammered iron in smoky forges, sparks lighting dark workshops. Bakers worked through the night so fresh bread would be ready by morning. Dock workers strained under heavy crates, unloading ships in rain, wind, and cold. Craftsmen produced shoes, tools, furniture, and clothing in small workshops. Children often worked alongside adults, learning trades early to help support their families. Life demanded constant effort, and survival left little room for rest. Religion shaped the rhythm of daily life. Churches towered above the city, their bells ringing throughout the day to mark time. Sundays were devoted to worship, and parish life created strong local communities. In a city filled with uncertainty, faith offered comfort and meaning. Religious beliefs influenced laws, social behavior, and even entertainment, leaving a deep mark on London's culture.
One of the greatest dangers in 17th century London was disease, especially the plague. Overcrowded housing, poor sanitation, and the constant presence of rats allowed illness to spread rapidly. Plague outbreaks could kill tens of thousands within a single year. Houses marked with warning signs became symbols of fear and loss. Streets once full of life could fall silent, and death became a familiar part of everyday existence. Fire was another ever-present threat. With most buildings made of wood and open flames used for cooking and heating, London was highly flammable. Small fires were common, and the fear of a catastrophic blaze lingered over the city. This fear became reality in 1666, when the Great Fire of London destroyed large parts of the city, reshaping its future forever. Despite these dangers, London thrived culturally. Theatres flourished, and the influence of William Shakespeare remained strong throughout the century. Crowds gathered to watch plays that reflected politics, struggle, love, and ambition. Street musicians and performers filled public spaces with sound and movement. Taverns became lively social centers, glowing with candlelight, laughter, and conversation late into the night. These places offered escape from the harsh realities of daily life. Politically, London was a city of power and tension. It was home to the monarchy, parliament, and influential guilds. Political debates, protests, and unrest were common as citizens reacted to rising prices, taxes, and changing authority. Soldiers marching through city gates reminded people of law and control, while public gatherings revealed the growing voice of ordinary Londoners. As evening approached, the city slowly transformed. Lanterns were lit, casting long shadows across cobblestone streets. Shops closed their shutters and families returned to their homes. Smoke rose from chimneys as meals were prepared, and the noise of the day faded into quieter murmurs. London settled into darkness, preparing to repeat the cycle again at dawn. London in the 1600s was a city of contrasts: wealth and poverty, creativity and danger, faith and fear. It was not an easy place to live, but it was full of energy, resilience, and ambition. The struggles, innovations, and daily lives of its people laid the foundations of the modern metropolis we know today. Through this reconstruction, we glimpse a world shaped by human determination and survival. London in the 1600s was not merely a chapter in history, it was the beginning of a global city that would go on to influence the world.